the next step, we're gonna go focus on the right, in the bottom right where the glove compartment is. We're gonna take this part out here. So we're gonna zoom in over here and then just pull this one back and out, let it go for now. And then we're gonna push both sides inwards on the sides here, just like so. So both sides are the same. You just have to push this panel inwards so that the piece here allows us to slide it out, just like so. So here we have the USBs and the SIM card holder. We're just going to prepare these cables to run them through the glove compartment area. So here we are. We're going to run into the top rear left, and then we're going to bring it to the other side. So you can use another hand here to fish the cables, just like so. Here it is. So here I have my cables now. So here I'm gonna try to do a better job and maybe fish it behind the metal brackets here. And there you have it. We have the USBs and the SIM card plugs. They're ready to go. In this case, we want to retain the original USB in the armrest. So we're going to fish one of the USBs through. So just pull either or. There we go. So we have one of the female USBs here on the center console area. And then we only have one USB here for now on the storage compartment, the glove compartment. Okay, next step is we have to put this one back. So you just have to align these over here. Align those ones over here. And you also have to watch out for this piece here that I took out in the beginning. So that's over here. Here it is. And then so we're gonna hold on to this and with one hand, and the other hand we're gonna bring this one down here. Just like so. Now it's good to go. So we're gonna start with this one right here. We plug it into here, the mini USB adapter. Make sure you hear the clicking sound. And then the male USB will plug into the female USB here. And then you can put some tape there. And then now we have a lot of slack, so we can also tidy it up a bit. Here's good enough. You can use the cable ties from before, or you can use some tape, just like so. Okay, next we're gonna install our radio FM AM adapter here. So I plug it into the white connection here. Make sure you hear the clicking sound. Okay, now it's good to go. This one will plug in directly to the back of the new screen. The antennas here that we don't plug in can be left unplugged. Do not worry about these ones. You can tuck them into the back, and then it's okay that they're not plugged into anything. That's fine, it's normal. Now we have the main power harness here. This is the JMR DS910B. Please double check the pins are not bent here. Make sure that the latch from the original wiring plug is on the open position. This is the open position, this is closed. Open it first, and then you can plug in your new power harness here. And then the latch will close at the same time that the plug goes in, just like so. Alright, the next step is we have to plug in our reverse camera, so the CCDV. So focus on this one, and then we have to also focus on our camera harness, the female brown RCA labeled CCDV. So plug both CCDVs together for this truck right here, and then we can tape this one up. Okay, so we have the two CCTVs, the RCAs, plugged in and taped up. Now we can focus on the AUX here. So usually in the armrest, you'll have the 3.5 audio jack here. So if you want to hook up a, like, let's say an old CD player. And so that's what these are for. These RCAs are for the audio jack and the armrest. So you have to figure out which one will you have to use. There's two pairs. It's trial and error. Find out which one you need to use. This is only if you intend to plug stuff into the AUX jack and the armrest. If you don't intend to plug anything there, then you don't really have to worry about these ones. But you have to test it. Hook up the screen and then test it to make sure you find out which one is working. So we will not tape this for now. Later on, when we confirm which one is working, then we could tape it up. Then don't worry about the AUXV RCA harness. If your truck did come with the original bed camera, the truck bed camera, then you can plug in the AUXV into the AUXV right here to each other. But this truck doesn't come with the truck bed camera, so we will not plug it into each other. And that's it for the camera RCA harness. Next, we're going to focus on the 4G antennas. So there's two of them. We have to install both of them. If you intend to use the SIM card cable, we're going to show you where to fasten them. We need to take off the sticky, and we also need to clean the area in which we intend to stick the 4G antennas to. So the first one I want to stick to is right here. I'll take off the red sticky there, just like so, and then I can fasten my antenna right there. Make sure to apply a lot of pressure, and then the extra wire you have here, you can organize it. You can put it in this little hole here. Just keep it nice and clean. And then on this side, you can organize the wire here. And then you can use the same cable tie as before, or you can use tape to secure the rest of the slack, or the rest of the extra wire. As long as you have this amount of length, then it'll be easy for you to hook up the connection when you install the new screen. Okay, the next antenna we're going to install is on the right over here. And then install our antenna right here. And then put as much pressure as you can. Then we're going to use the cable, we're going to put it up here. Just like so. And then we're going to coil up the cable, organize it. So here I have the other 4G antenna. The extra slack is coiled up, it's organized. So now I have both antennas ready to go, and they're both stuck to their respective sides there. Next is the GPS antenna. So the installation will be very similar to our 4G antennas, but this one is more important. This one is more strict, so you can't put it to the side or upside down. This spot here needs to be facing the sky. You can put it anywhere on the dash. Anywhere on the dash is fine. You can put it on the side, but please watch out for speakers. The speakers might interfere with the signal. In this case, I like to keep it hidden. I like to keep it more stealthy, so I'm going to put it inside the dash, inside here, somewhere around there where it's flat surface, where I can install it and make sure that this one's facing the sky. So I'll take off the sticky for the GPS antenna. I found a good spot on top of this air vent here. So as you can see here, right here. So right on top of the vents, literally on the other side of this. So right now I stuck it to the other side of this vent here on the top. So put a lot of pressure there to make sure it's secure. And on top of the GPS antenna, there's nothing there, it's just the plastic trim, the dash. So there's no speaker or any metal on top of the antenna, so the signal should be strong and good. If you install it under the dash, no problem, but just make sure that on top of the GPS antenna, there's nothing to block the signal from the satellites, and you should be good to go. Coil up the rest of the wire here, and then tidy it up. Use a cable tie, zip ties, and tape to secure the cable. I use a bit of tape as well. Okay. The antenna is secure, so we have a connection right here. So we're pretty much good to go on this side. All the cables have been installed. When you're testing the new screen, test the AUX function. If it matters to you, find out which one you need to use, either first option or the second option. Very simple, only 2 choices to choose from. And that's it. At this timing, all the wiring is done, so we can go ahead and grab the new system and then start plugging her up. So here we have the original bezel with the new screen installed. So we're gonna get started. You can plug in the most easiest plugs first. So that'll be like the ones at the bottom here. Like for the gear shifter, plug that one back in over here. Make sure you hear the clicking sound, and then you can also pull it to make sure it's secure. So this one is secure, and then the trailer brake over here at the bottom right, bottom left, sorry. And then the next one is your traction control, or if you had the heated seats, the controls. There you go, secure. And then you have your AC plug. If you cannot reach, just bring the screen closer. Nice and secure there. Then we can move on to our our radio antenna, which will go over here. Just like so. We can move on to our 4G antenna, which will be the golden screw-on connector. Okay, then we're gonna find our other 4G golden screw-on connector antenna. Make sure your wires are organized, not too messy. It'll decrease the chances of the wire being squished when you put the whole dash back together. Both 4G antennas are good to go. We can move on to our GPS antenna, which is the blue one. Make sure you hear the clicking sound. Okay. We can move on to the 4G SIM card, the SIM card dongle, which is the light blue, which will go in right here. Watch out, make sure the pins are not bent. Okay, good to go. The next one we can plug in is the USB here. There we go. The USB will plug in over here. Okay, so there's the USB there. And then we can plug in the line level outs for the aftermarket amplifiers. Here it is. Plug it in over here. Make sure you hear the clicking sound. Good to go. You can plug in the camera harness plug here to the top middle. So again, I'm just double checking to make sure that the pins are all secure. And then before we plug in the power, we still have to plug in the CAN bus over there. The CAN bus will go right here. Let me point to it first. Right here. Right on top of the QR code, it will go right there. Here's the plug right here. Here's the plug. It goes in right here. Make sure you hear the clicking sound. And then last but not least is the power plug over here. This one will go on the top under the fuse, the red fuse. So make sure you hear the clicking sound and then pull it to make sure it's secure. And then we saw that the pin for the front left is coming out, so please watch out for that one. Sometimes when you plug in the main power harness, there's a chance that the pin is not aligned and it'll push out from the back. So please watch out for that one. If you have any audio issues, I'd recommend you check the main power harness first. So we're gonna plug in this one again and just double check that the pins are secure. Watch out for that one. All good? Okay. We can do the testing now.